Not the December content I thought I was gonna be making, but here we freaking are. It sucks. I made it this freaking far into the pandemic without catching this goddamn thing. I have been so freaking careful. I have basically not gone much of anywhere trying to avoid this damn thing. When I have gone out, I have freaking masked, I have used all of the hand sanitizer, washed my hands religiously, showered the minute I get home from places. I have done all of the things. But unfortunately, the other members of my house have not been so careful. I don't know which one of them brought it home for sure. Could be my sister. She mysteriously had, like, an illness where she didn't come out of her room for about 3 days right before Thanksgiving, that she never quite disclosed what it was to us, so she could have had it and just not told us. She's already had it twice, so. But my parents have also gotten in the nasty habit of going out to stores without masking, which is fucking stupid given my mom has one lung. I'm like, what the hell? This is like such a bad idea. Why? Just why are we doing this? Why the fuck are you like this? So it could have been any of the above. Hard to say. It is impossible to say, so I can't place blame on anyone in particular, but I know I'm not the one who brought it in. But here we are. Now I have it. I thought I might have some kind of a snowball's chance in hell of not getting it, since I'm most of my day I am up in my room away from everyone. Especially lately, after they started getting sick one by one, I have really doubled down on being in here, like, all day, and just, like, keep your sick germs away from me, please, and thank you. But apparently, 'twas not enough, and here we are. So I don't know which day for sure I am on of this, but I just tested positive last night. Oh my god, I cannot even remember the last time I was this sick. Actually, that's a lie. About this time in 2019, I was so sick I thought I was gonna die, so alright, that's a lie. I remember the last time I was this sick, but this is a weird fucking disease, man. For 3 of us in the house having it, all 3 of us have different symptoms. What the actual fuck is this? So there is no preview of what to expect by seeing where they are with it and knowing what to expect. No, there's no trying to get a preview of it because it's literally different for all 3. So I'm like, cool. My dad, I think, got it first. Like, I think maybe 2 days. No, 3 days after Thanksgiving. All of a sudden, he spent all day on the couch asleep. And I was like, only 2 things can cause this. One, he got that fucking blackout drunk to where he's hungover and he's just sleeping it off, which I knew for a fact was not the case here. He has not really been drinking heavily lately. He's actually been relatively good about that. So, means he's sick. About maybe 24 hours before he got sick, I got the preview that he's gonna be sick, since I walked into the den to say something to him and just stopped in my fucking tracks. Because I'm one of those people who's so sensitive, I can smell the sick smell about 24 hours before somebody comes down with a thing. And it just hit me like a fucking wall. I have never smelled it that heavy off of any human before. Ever. So I was like, what the fuck is that? So I already had, like, a moment of panic of, oh shit, does he have COVID? Because my sister stayed far enough away when she had it both times where I never got a read off of that. So, I don't know. But, turned out, day or 2 later, oh, what do you know? Look who was right. I think it was day 3 for him is where he tested positive. And magically, no sooner had he tested positive, I'm like, my throat feels kind of funny. But I wasn't sure if it was psychosomatic, because, I mean, you know, we play those head games, like, whether we want to or not. So I'm thinking, okay, before I hit panic stations, this might just be psychosomatic, might be the dry air from sitting right under the heater vent at my desk, since it is, like, directly under it, and I am known to have issues with my sinuses and dry air. It's a bad mix where I get sinus infections from that, Actually, before the pandemic, it was pretty much once every winter and once every summer from the heater being on and the AC being on. It would happen at least once, and I would get crazy sick from it about twice a year. So, I figured, okay, maybe it's just that. Maybe it's just that. But, like, by the end of the night, I was like, yeah, it's starting to feel really bad. But it was, like, specifically, like, where my nose, like, the back of my nose meets my throat, like, that area. Felt like somebody took a brick and went down, like, the back of it. I was like, ew, what the fuck is that? That's new. I haven't felt that before with anything. And it was like no sooner did like TMI, but I feel like for those who haven't had this thing yet, you know, maybe hearing different people's experiences might give you some kind of preview for what you might encounter with this thing if you do catch it, which at this point feels inevitable. We're all gonna get it sooner or later. But like TMI had like this nasty ball of crap drain down the back of my nose that I spit out. I was like, ew, what the fuck was that? It was like at that moment that it felt raw. And I was like, okay, that's really gross. But at that point, I was still thinking maybe it's a sinus infection. Maybe. Next morning, I wake up and it's moved down my throat to about here now. It doesn't just feel like somebody took the brick and went down the whole area. It feels like that too. Now it feels like I tried to swallow the brick. And even now, it still feels like that. It's super swollen in there, but I've looked in there with a mirror and a flashlight. It's not strep or anything. It's swollen, but it's not strep. Had that too. That's not what it looks like, but God, it is making my life a living hell because I can't swallow any pills as a result without letting them dissolve in my mouth. That's fun. Uh, so I'm just like, cool, cool. Also, eating anything that is more solid than a soft piece of bread is basically impossible at the moment, so haven't really eaten much, admittedly. I think that day I had some soup, and I think, like, some pasta that night, and that was about it. But I was still, on that day, that would have been Thursday, I was still feeling more or less, kind of iffy. Knew my energy wasn't right. One of those days in there, I forget if it was day 1 or day 2, I randomly woke up at like 3 fucking a.m. for no good damn reason and was like, oh shit. Basically, there's 2 ways I know I'm sick with my sleep cycles. One, I'll either sleep in crazy late, which I never do otherwise, ever. Like, it's like my body's incapable of it. I naturally wake up crazy o'clock early. Or, if I wake up way earlier than I normally do. It's either or. Generally means, hey bitch, you're sick. It's like, I was still in denial at that point, though. I was like, nope, nope. Don't have time for this. Don't have time for being sick. Nope, 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 nope. Not doing this. I refuse. I was trying to mind over matter it. Thought maybe if I live in hardcore enough denial on this one, I can willpower my way out of this. Ha ha ha. Bitch, you thought. Bitch, you thought. Managed to chug through most of Thursday, feeling kind of okay. Kind of. I think that, like, late afternoon, early evening, I was starting to feel kind of bad. But, like, not bad enough to get in bed yet. Probably should have, honestly. Probably should have. But instead, I went on Doc Dawkins' stream thinking, okay, you know, this might be a mistake, but this also might be, like, the last one for a while I'm feeling up to, so I don't want to take it for granted. Think I knew about an hour and mistakes were made, I'm feeling really, really sick, but I was too polite to just, like, leave, so I stuck around anyway, but, like, you could watch in real time me, like, wilting on camera and, like, getting sicker and sicker just over the course of the thing. I think, like, at one point I even, like, whipped out the thermometer and, like, took it on air. I was, like, even held it up just to prove that, I swear to God, I am not making this up. Swear to God, I am not doing this for attention. This is legit. I have a fever right now. Because I'm sitting there, like, bundled up in a freaking blanket, shivering, teeth chattering, and, like, holding that up. And I'm thinking, I should really go to bed. But again, I was too polite to just go to bed. I was like, no, no, no. I want to, like, at least hang out with my friends, at least for now. Because, again, who knows how long it'll be before I'm up to it again. And then it hit me like a fucking wrecking ball that night. Oh my god. Oh my god. Went to bed immediately after that. Woke up around, I think, 2 a.m. Felt like I was gonna throw up. Every part of my body hurt so bad. So fucking bad. You know all the people that tell you COVID feels like you got hit by a truck? They are not lying. They are not fucking lying. Oh my god, like, even my hair hurt. How is that humanly possible? Like, my eyelids hurt, but fucking, like, everything, every inch of my body just felt like somebody was taking a machete and like, what the fuck is this? But I can also generally tell without even needing to look at a thermometer, A, when I have a fever, B, generally by the amount of body aches and, like, the weird, like, electrical zap sensations about which degree I am most likely on. Given how bad that felt in that moment, I was already like, oh shit, how high are we now? So, alright, I dragged myself out of bed because I didn't remember to bring this with me. Take the temperature. Oh, cool, we're over 102. Fucking cool. Somehow I make it downstairs to get some Tylenol, because that's literally the only over-the-counter pain reliever I can take. I'm allergic to all the others. I can't take any NSAIDs, so no aspirin, no ibuprofen, no naproxen, none of them. Can't take any of them. All I can take is Tylenol, so fine, whatever. I get a couple of those. Grab a ginger ale, just in case. Grabbed a couple pieces of bread, so at least it wouldn't be on an empty stomach to upset it further. And somehow got my ass back upstairs. Longest trek ever? Those 16 stairs don't seem so bad when you're healthy, but when you're sicker than shit, literally feels like you're climbing a mountain. Oh my god. So, okay, fine. I get upstairs, but again, throat's so swollen, I can't even swallow the damn thing, so I'm sitting there trying to dissolve them in the ginger ale. That's taking so long that it was like about half an hour to get each one dissolved and swallowed. So that's fun. And the stomach is just going crazy. I'm getting dizzier and dizzier to the point where I'm like, should I have, like, maybe grabbed a Dramamine too while I was at it? Oh my god. Tell me that vertigo's not gonna be a part of this. I fucking can't with this if it has vertigo too. So, alright, fine. I'm so tweaked at this point that I'm gonna throw up. I'm like, I need a bucket. Where the hell's a bucket? I can't find a bucket. Okay, I'm a makeshift one. I'm gonna MacGyver this. Took a cardboard box, lined it with a trash bag, just in case it's sitting next to my bed. Knock wood, knock all the wood. I have not needed it, but just in case, and just in case I can't make the mad dash to the bathroom, it's there. It's there. I feel better just knowing it's there, even if it never gets used. I feel better just knowing that it's there and I won't just barf all over myself if it comes to that. It's fine. Crawl back in bed, and I'm just like alternating between shivering, too hot, shivering, too hot. Not sweating yet at that point, and I'm thinking, this is not good. Usually by the time you get the sweats with a fever, the fever's starting to break. So if there's no sweats, I'm like, oh shit. In for it now. How much higher is it gonna go? I don't know. And I'm like just laying there, and the freaking body aches are getting worse, seemingly by the minute. I don't think I've ever had body aches in my life before, to where I am audibly crying out in pain. But that was my life that night. Surprised nobody came in to check on me because it was not quiet. And I am generally not a baby about being sick. I have been real fucking sick in my life before, so I'm used to trying to just soldier through stuff and just brute force through it. If I am at the point where I am audibly crying out in pain over shit, we got a problem. We got a freaking problem. I'm thinking, oh god, is this gonna be something where I gotta go to the ER? I hope fucking not. I don't wanna go to the ER. Fuck. So I fucking just lay here, try my damnedest to go back to sleep, mostly fail at that, dick around on my phone for a while, try to at least distract myself, but just the pain. Oh my god, just waiting for the damn Tylenol to kick in. Longest hour or two of my life. But at least when the fever came down a little, it didn't come down all the way, it only came down a degree or so. At least it, like, kind of brought down the body aches. Not gone, but kind of minimized to a point of being tolerable. Fine. At that point, finally, able to kind of go back to sleep. It's a restless sleep, but I'm going back to sleep. Fine. I wake up a few hours later, and I can tell from the aches, it's going back up, isn't it? It hasn't been 6 hours. Why is it going back up? So I check again. It's like 102.6. I'm like, you have to be fucking shitting me right now. What the fuck am I supposed to do with this? I crawl out of bed, go in the bathroom, I wet down some washcloth, put one on the back of the neck, put one on the forehead, hit one for my wrists. I come back to bed, I just try to lay there like that, since I do remember from that weird illness I had in 2nd grade where I missed 2 months of school because I kept having insanely high fevers that just would not go the fuck away for literally 2 months. That was a thing that my mom did for me every day to help try to bring it down. It's like the pulse points, back of the neck, forehead, cold compresses did help bring shit down. So, alright, let's utilize that. Basic bitch stuff, but alright, I don't care. Willing to try about anything right now. So I do that, and it helps for a little while. And then I'm just clammy and gross, so I put them back in the bathroom, fine, whatever, but lift them on the counter, because I'll probably need them again later. Go back to bed, because I am not up to even being on the computer. That's how you know I'm sick, when I'm not even up to being on the computer. You know I am fucking sick. Because I freaking live on that thing. But, okay, fine. Get back in bed. I just curled up, trying not to die. I'm like, holy shit, this is only day 1, what the fuck? But at that point, still was testing negative for COVID, so fine. Whatever. I tested negative the day before, tested negative that morning. I tested at like 3 a.m. when all of this was going down, because I figured for sure it's probably going to come up positive, right? And somehow it didn't. Over the course of the day, kept taking the Tylenol every 6 hours, and the fever kept boomeranging and coming back higher each time than it was before I took it in the first place. And I'm like, you have got to be kidding me. When it topped about 103 is the moment I started to panic. I was like, oh shit. What temp as an adult is considered a medical emergency? Let's go consult Dr. Google. Dr. Google is not giving me a concrete answer. Apparently 104 or 105. It's one of those two. Don't know which one for sure, but it's one of them, probably. Although a few pages say 103, I was like, yeah, I'm not going for 103. I've had 103s before. They suck, but it's been a long time since I had a 103. I forgot how bad they suck, but I've had worse. So I'm like, nope. I'm gonna tough this one out. If it hits 104, I'll consider going, but unless it hits 104, I'm gonna tough this out at home. Fuck it. Other people might not, but again, I've had up to like 105, 106. Those are worth going for sure. But anyway, congestion started to kick up, but mostly, like, confined within the nose. It's like you can hear the sniffles, but it's not really, like, running. So I'm like, it's more just annoying, but whatever. But with the 103, it's like now I'm feeling bad, but at the same time, I have been in bed all fucking day, and I know one of the worst things you can do with COVID is to just be completely sedentary, so I forced myself up, as awful as I fucking felt, to at least go sit in the desk chair, to at least be upright for a little bit, even though I am nowhere in the mental capacity of doing anything over there. I think I clicked about 3 pages on my computer, was like, no, this is not happening. I can't focus on shit right now. I literally cannot. So I ended up just, like, kind of sitting there, spacing the fuck out at the wall. But I forced myself to stay up for a little while anyway, just to be in a different position for a bit, not let everything settle too much in one spot, because I know blood clots are a big fear with COVID, but okay, fine. Stayed up for a couple hours, forced myself to get up and walk downstairs, upstairs a little bit, but just no energy whatsoever, so between that and just the achiness, I did my best, but I was not up for long and being on my feet, so whatever. Okay, so I come back, lay back down. Now the waterworks start from the nose. And somewhere in there, I don't know, all of a sudden, I'm not sure what the fuck it was. I don't know if this is part of anybody else's experience with COVID. Maybe it's just part of having a high fever. I don't know, but, like, out of nowhere, I just start inconsolably sobbing for no good reason. I'm like, what the fuck? What the actual fuck? Why? Why am I being like this? Don't even know if it's from the pain. Don't know if it's because I'm scared. And then part of me is like, I miss my dog. I just wish I had my dog to cuddle right now. It's like, oh, come on, self, really? We're doing that now. Come on, bitch. Come on. Suck it up. Suck it up. Come on. No, we're not doing this. We're not doing this. So, okay, let myself have a little cry, get it out of my system, whatever. Fine. What the fuck ever. But now the nose is pouring. I'm like, you know, maybe with there being more here, maybe I should try to test again. Maybe there just wasn't enough stuff in there to pick up on. So I get another test out, and I test again. Didn't even make it 3 minutes into the waiting period, because you have to wait 15 minutes after you drop the thingy on the thing. Didn't even make it 3 minutes, and boom, there's the second line, and shit. So yep, confirmed, it's COVID. Cool, fucking cool. So I don't know what day that technically makes this. It's, I guess, day 1 of knowing that it's COVID, but technically a few days into having some kind of symptoms, so the first day of them being really bad. So with that in mind, I go get more ginger ale, I get more Tylenol, bring him back upstairs. I think I managed to get a piece of lasagna down for dinner last night, because it was soft enough. I think the entirety of yesterday, all I ate were those 2 pieces of bread, one of those little mini packs of, fuck, my mind is not working, Ritz crackers, and that piece of lasagna. That's all I consumed yesterday, which I know is really bad, because that's probably part of why I feel so weak, is that I haven't hardly eaten anything. But trying to get anything down with your throat so swollen is really damn hard. So I don't know what the fuck to do. I'm like, I just used my last can of soup the other day. I'm like, oh, god damn it, self, why? It was the last one I had in my stash, so I'm like, I don't know if I could get my sister to go to the store for me or something, but I'm like, I don't know what to even attempt to try to eat today. The cough so far hasn't been real bad. It's mostly just been annoying, but it's a dry cough. But it gets, like, oddly persistent in some moments, And it seems like it's that cough just triggering my gag reflex is what's screwing with my stomach versus there's something actually being up with my stomach. So, with that in mind, trying to force myself to not get into a total coughing fit seems to be helping big time with the stomach. Although I do have a little tin of ginger mints as well as the ginger ale, just in case. Just in case. But we are currently at 1:57 in the morning. Now I have the sweats, and it's really uncomfy, and I can't fucking sleep. So I decided, maybe I'll just kind of document this experience as it happens, in case anybody's curious about it. Since I'm sure someone out there probably is, but anyway, it's weird. I've personally had the sore, swollen throat, body aches everywhere really intensely, dizziness, queasiness, hella high fever, coughing. I think so far that's mostly. Oh, and the lack of energy, obviously. That's mostly been what I've dealt with so far with this, but I don't want to jinx myself in saying that. I told that to my dad. He's like, "Aw, how cute. You're only there. Yeah, it's gonna get so much worse." I'm like, "Don't tell me that. Don't fucking tell me that." For him, he apparently never got a fever with it. Never got a sore throat with it. Did have a cough really, really bad and coughing shit up. And the runny nose and blah, blah, blah. No energy, obviously, for him. Body aches for him, yes. He got diarrhea with his. Cool. Hope that doesn't happen. Really hope that doesn't happen. That does not sound fun. But, yeah, that was more or less what I think he's contended. I think I'd have to ask him if there was more to it than that. That's just what I'm aware of that he dealt with. My mom, I don't even know for sure. She's been, locked up in her room, so I haven't really seen her in days, but I know it's, hit her like a Mack truck, but everyone knew it would. But she has thrown up. And she obviously has had the really bad cough, bringing shit up, congestion, no energy, sleeping a fuck ton. Not sure if she had a fever or not. I think she also had diarrhea, actually, before she started locking herself in that room. So I'm just like, please no, I don't want the stomach stuff, please no. If this can just, bypass the stomach stuff, I can weather through this just fine. The minute stomach stuff is involved is the minute I am the biggest baby on earth over shit. That is my kryptonite. That is where I'm like, I fucking can't. I fucking can't with this. I tap out. Oh, God. I hope not. But, yeah, so far, that's been my experience. But it's weird that all three have had very different symptoms. So, I don't know what to expect going forward with it. I feel like the fever at least is trying to come down since when I woke up middle of the night tonight around 12:30. I had missed the 9 o'clock dose for the Tylenol, so I was figuring, oh shit, how high is the fever gonna be now? And oh, actually not that bad. It's only 101 something. Alright, I mean, it still sucks, but at least it's not a 103. I'll take it. But yeah, I think it's proving the whole point of once the sweats start, it is trying to sweat out the fever. So, alright, fine. It's gross, but it's doing what it needs to do. But, oh god, it sucks. Fuck. So, I don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen yet. I'm hoping it doesn't get too severe. But that is where we're currently at. But yeah, this thing sucks hard. 0 out of 10. Do not recommend. And I'm sure there have been plenty of people who had it way worse, but even just this level sucks real goddamn hard. I'm like, nope, nope, I do not like this. Do not like this. But yeah, so I'm gonna hit stop on this. I'm gonna at least try to sleep some more. Don't know if I'll be successful or not, but we shall see. So,